So here's the last thing on when it comes to how do we get from here to here. This last thing is design your winning environment. And the first thing is time and place, okay? Whatever your goal is, figure out your time and place where you can work on that goal and you can block it off. I'm doing a time management class for the staff, and we're talking about, it's called time blocking. You set a time in your schedule when you're going to do this, and you treat it just like a doctor's appointment, just like a sales call, just like whatever, and you block that time out from 8 to 9. This is what I do. I study the Bible. If it's a spiritual goal, I listen to a podcast. I do whatever. I go to the gym and work out, whatever it is, and you block that time out, and it's just as important as anything else in the world, and you never compromise that. And so you need to find your time and place where you don't, nobody interferes with it and does it. I talked about it last time, and people think I'm crazy, but every morning, my wife and I get up at 3:30 in the morning. And I'm retired, so I'm a knucklehead, right? But we get up because nobody in the world says, hey, can you watch the grandkid at 3:30 in the morning? Can you do this at 3:30 in the morning? Nobody needs us for anything. And so we block it out. And we started by going to the gym at 5. And then we started adding, hey, let's do a prayer walk before we go to the gym. It'll loosen us up. And let me go hang upside down on my inversion table in the garage. My granddaughter walked in, my grandson the other day walked in, and he said, Papa, are you a bat? And so, but I decided I'm going to stretch my back out before I go to the gym, and we're going to walk around the block and we're going to pray. It kind of loosens me up, and we pray and we do that. And so we were getting up at 5. Next thing you know, we kept adding things, and now it's 3:30. But my point is, the reason I do that stuff that early is because that's when I block everything out, and nobody in the world is going to interfere with that. And so your time may not be, I know Andrea's time is not going to be 3:30 in the morning. Her time may be from 10 to 11 at night, because she's a night owl. We're morning people. And so it may be in the middle of the day, whenever you can, but find your time to work on your goal and block it out. Number 2, create your dream team. You know, when you're at work, if you're a manager, you're always looking for, how can I get the best people to work for me? But we don't think about in life, we have the right to create our own dream team to accomplish whatever we want in life. And we can pick them, we can manage it and everything. So I want you to evaluate your support team, your support structure. Because reaching your goal is hard work, but think of the support you're going to need to get there. It's hard to reach a goal by yourself. You need support. And so I have this theory. My board's getting nasty, and I don't know if I have... Was there an eraser or something? I have this theory, and I gave you guys a sheet for this. And find one that has a picture of like a... people on it and stuff like that, and pull that one out. So here's your goal, okay? Goal. Here's you. I feel very strongly about this. You guys have probably all heard that you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So if you hang out with 5 incredible, successful people, if you hang out with 5 billionaires, guarantee you're going to get rich someday. If you hang out with 5 bodybuilders, you're probably going to get buff somehow. If you hang out with whoever you hang out with, you're going to tend to be like them, okay? And so here's the thing. Whatever your goal is, if you want to be a better golfer, you need to find people who are better golfers than you, who are closer to the goal. If you want to get closer to God, you need to find 5 people, all your little people who are closer to God, who are going to pull you toward God. So whatever this goal is, you need to surround yourself with those people. Make sense? If you hang out with people who are uninspiring or negative Nellies or whatever you want to call them, you know what they're going to do? They're going to pull you down with them. And you're never going to get to here because they're attached to you and they're like anchors. They're going to drive. Yeah, I think it was the great philosopher Donny Osmond who's saying, one bad apple is going to spoil a whole bunch of good. That's what happens. The one bad people that you spend a lot of time with are going to say, you can't do that. You're never going to get that. That's stupid. Let's go do this. You know, they're going to tempt you to go do all the wrong things, and they're going to ruin your life, all because you hang out with the wrong people. Mike, what's the quote you always tell your daughter from the Bible?
Bad company corrupts good character. Yep.
Right from the Bible. Bad company corrupts good character. It's so true. And so here's the exercise I want you to do. And on that sheet, I want you to list the 10 people that you spend the most time with. And if you don't come up with 10, this is an example. Put those people you spend the most time with, and then what I want you to do is take that list. So let's say your list is Josh, Kyle, Todd, Tim, Mike, Andrea, all these people. Put them over here, and then I want you to decide over here, there's a line here, and you may want to put initials if it's your wife or husband next to you that you're going to put in the bad spot. But if you take these people and say, are they really helping me get to where I want to get? Or are they holding me back and maybe I need to limit my time? I'm not saying cut people off because it could be family members, it could be very close friends, it could be your boss, it could be people you have to be around. But you can limit their impact on you, especially if you know this. Now you can say, okay, I need to not let that stuff infiltrate my head as much, and I need to stay focused. And maybe I need to find some better people for here. And honestly, these kind of people too don't have to be people you're around. It could be a podcast, listening to John Maxwell on leadership, or Corey Little on losing weight, or whoever, whatever your specialty is or your goal is. They have podcasts, they have books. These things can impact you that way as well. And so, this exercise is more to just help you understand, maybe I need to look at who I'm hanging out with a little bit and figure out how to do this in the best way possible to make sure I'm surrounded by the right people and growing. So if they have the same values and principles, they have drive, they're willing to mentor, they'll hold you accountable, someone you want to model, put them up top there. If they're toxic, if they're negative, if they're depressing, someone who's just has no aspiration and they're just kind of floating along with you, be careful with them and be aware of them. People who will tempt you to go in the wrong direction, especially if it's the wrong direction that you should not go. You stay away from them. So that exercise was just to help you think about that.